Are you familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs? If you're not, I first learned in sales and they looked at it for the basics. Physiological is the base level of the pyramid. Safety comes next. What do we got there? Love and belonging would be the next level. Esteem and self-actualization. It's also been looked at in a way of ego, because with self-actualization, you learn more of your potentials and you're reaching those potentials. And yes, you feel good about yourself. Why shouldn't you? Good for you, right? But there's a limit, because why are you speaking to so-and-so in that tone simply because? Or why are you, right? Like there's parts of you that's different as a result. So you got to kind of come down out of your tree, so to speak. Anyway, before Maslow passed away, apparently he had added a sixth level, which would be transcendence. And that is going beyond self-actualization. You not only realize your potentials, but you set a goal in such a way that you are giving back, or you're really contributing to what we're about. What's our existence, right? We just keep ticking away. Well, what's ticking mean? Is it just for yourself? Are you an ego, or are you a part of the system? Right? So it's one way of looking at it anyway. And I wrote down that you would be living a healthier life, a life with purpose, essentially the same thing. Anyway, so there's going beyond self-actualization. That's, I don't know why that was looked at in such a way. Anyway, there was a list that I was going to talk about, but they don't quite kind of correspond in such a way that they're a list. But to follow, I guess my knowledge of what's going on where the hierarchy is concerned. I love that. The transcendence. I think it's gorgeous. It really put a full picture to what it's about. But anyway, there's you can, to give back, you can look at global perspective. How do you give back to the world, or be a part of, I guess, the major gears of the world? Do you get in politics? Do you get in healthcare? Do you get in, what do you do? What impact do you want to make? Some people are in podcasting, and I think that is a huge impact. So don't discount what you could call a new contributing factor. So global perspective, selfless service. Did I take note to what they meant by that? Forgive me. Anyway, spiritual and holistic ongoing process. So the ongoing process is you don't quite come to your full potential. You don't realize it. You don't get to see that picture. You haven't built it. You've got too much else that you beat yourself up about. So you're constantly growing instead. So you learn in other steps. You're still doing the same thing, only you're taking smaller steps. That's all it is. I was doing it for years, and apparently it wasn't enough for somebody. All of a sudden I get sent through this big cycle for the sake of what? I'm not quite sure. But I see a whole lot more than I would have if I just ticked her along and kept healing myself the way that I knew how to heal myself. But yeah, anyway, I think that this is beautiful. I think it's important that we think about ourselves and what we want to do with our lives. How do we want to be remembered? What, if it's not even about the remembrance, what do you want old age to look like? If you don't want to consider old age, how might you be disrupting another's energy? Could be an important way to look at it. That's where people can be different. They have different expectations and so on. I mean, some people learn to put up with a certain level of items or what have you that they don't believe in or don't see purpose in or whatever the case, think somebody's wasting their time with, essentially is what it would be. But they still encourage your thought process. Sometimes that's all it is. They're just trying to encourage your thought process. I don't know why people are so afraid of hurting others' feelings. I think that it's almost important that we do. I wished I had done more of it with my kids in a way that they would have pushed themselves. There's a lot I would change where my kids are concerned, and I've said that before. But if life were like that, right? So it is what it is. But yeah, give some thought to who you are as an individual and how you would like to grow or see your life or what have you. Like, nobody owes you anything and nobody's going to give you the picture that you want drawn. So how do you get that for yourself?